Hey everyone, Tony here from Psych'd on Baseball Cards with a Mailday. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving, and I saw a lot of people did a lot of videos, and I haven't watched any. I've watched a few since I got back. Still have a lot more to watch, but hope everybody's had a great holiday. And we got another day left on the weekend. So after today, I'm just rambling here. So I'm going to show some cards. I'm going to turn the camera around and show you what I got. These are all Topps 1960 cards for my high number card set I'm putting together. Hang on. Okay, first card I picked up is Marv Thornberry. Show you the back side real quick before I talk about the player. All right. Okay, Marv Thornberry. Also, he was a first baseman, also known as Marvelous Marv. He played for the Yankees, Kansas City A's, Baltimore, and the New York Mets. In '52, he turned down an offer to play with his brother Fay on the Red Sox and instead signed as an amateur free agent with the New York Yankees. He was one of the most feared sluggers in the minor leagues, but in the majors, he was a career .237 hitter with 53 home runs. He played first base for the Mets in 1962 when they lost 120 games that year, and made 17 errors of his own on a team that was riddled with errors. In one famous story on June 17th, 52, I think it was, Thornberry hit a triple against the Cubs, but was called out after Ernie Banks took a relay throw and stepped on second base. "Didn't touch the bag, you know, Dusty," Banks told umpire Dusty Bogus. According to the legend, Thornsberry was called out at second and Stingle came out to argue the call, but he was told by the umpire, "Don't bother arguing, Casey. He missed first base too." In another version of the story, Stingle was told by his first base coach, hold on here. Stingle, after a pause, supposedly replied, "Well, I know he touched third base because he's standing on it." The next batter, Charlie Neal, hit a home run, prompting Stingle to come out of the dugout and follow him around the bases, pointing at each base. Marvelous Marv later became one of the original spokesmen for Miller Lite Beer in the mid-1970s, poking fun at himself in a series of TV commercials. His most famous line was, "If I do for light what I did for baseball, I'm afraid their sales will go down." In another popular ad, after other celebrities are shown, Thornsberry is shown at the end saying, "I still don't know why they asked me to do this commercial." All right, I'm going to pause this and open up the other package here. Okay, next up we have Norm Sherry, the Brooklyn Dodger catcher. Let's see, Sherry, he was a player for, he played 5 years total. Well, he didn't play 5 years. He did 5 years player as a Dodger, 2 years with the Mets, and he managed the Angels for 2 years, and he was a coach for 15 years. His last 5 years of coaching was with the Giants. His brothers George and Larry were MLB pitchers. Larry was the most valuable player in the '59 World Series. He and his Norm and his brother Larry were the first all-Jewish battery in Major League Baseball history in 1962. In '61, Sherry's advice contributed to the career turnaround of left-handed pitcher Sandy Koufax. Sherry and Koufax were the Dodger battery against the Minnesota Twins in a spring training game in Orlando, and Koufax was struggling with his control, which up to then was a career-long problem. After Koufax had walked the first 3 hitters he faced, Sherry went out to the mound and said, "Why don't you take something off the ball and just put it in there? Don't try to throw it so hard. Just put it in there and let them hit it." I went back behind the plate. Good God, he tried to ease up, and he was throwing harder than when he tried to. He came off the field and said, "Sandy, I don't know if you realize it, but you just now threw harder than when you were trying to." So evidently they're attributing that to the turnaround of Koufax. He got his control back, and the rest is history. He was a career .215 hitter. He had 18 home runs, but he was a .288 hitter with runners in scoring position. All right, so there you have it for Norm Sherry. Back of the card there. Okay, next up, I have a number of cards I got in the mail. I'm only doing the 1960s right now. And some of these cards I don't know which ones they were. I guess I got them mixed up on trying to figure out the packages and who sent them on eBay. So next up we have Gary Peters. He played for 14 seasons, 11 of them with the White Sox and 3 with the Red Sox. He was one of the best hitting pitchers of his era. He had a .222 lifetime batting average with a career 19 home runs. He was frequently used as a pinch hitter. He has 1 winning game pinch hit home run, and he also hit a grand slam in another game that they won 5-1 against the Yankees. His won-loss record was 124 and 103. He was a career 3.25 ERA, 1,420 strikeouts, and 79 complete games. He was a Rookie of the Year in '63. He was a 2-time All-Star, a 2-time ERA leader, and one-time wins leader. And he placed in the top 10 of MVP voting 3 times. He was voted into the White Sox Hall of Fame. So he had a pretty decent career. Yeah, these cards are all in really nice shape. Okay, next up. This one I didn't pre-open here, but I think one of these is a slab if I felt like a slab in the package. Okay, Jerry Staley is first up out of the package, and Mr. Staley, I think Alex from Bowman 53 showed his 53 Bowman Jerry Staley in a recent video. But anyway, Jerry was a right-handed pitcher, and he started and pitched in relief in his 15-year career. 8 of those years he pitched with St. Louis, and the other 7 he pitched with several other teams. I think it was 4 or 5 other teams. He was a 134, 111, 1-loss record in 640 games. He started 186 games, had 58 complete games, 9 shutouts, and 61 saves. He was a 4-time All-Star, twice in the National League and twice in the American League. Okay, that's Mr. Staley. There's the back of the card. Now the next card is a slab. I've been buying these cards, and they're really going up in price. People selling these things, and so I figured with the condition of this card and the price that they wanted for it, that's probably what I would have paid trying to outbid somebody. So I picked this up in a slab. Marty Kutaina, And I'm probably going to break this out of the slab so I can put it in my binder with the rest of this set. I kind of like to collect this whole set in raw form. So let me give you a little history on Marty. He had a 3-year playing career in the majors. Most of that was in relief. He was a right-handed pitcher. He spent 7 years in the minors, and in the majors he played with the Kansas City A's and the Washington Senators. He was signed by the Cardinals in '53, and he won 17 and 18 games in his first 2 years in the minors. Then he was traded to Cincinnati in December of '57 as part of a package that brought Kirk Flood to the Cardinals. He was a career 14 wins, 16 losses, and he had a 3.88 ERA. And that's all I have for you today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you think I should break this out or not. Probably going to. So anyway, that's it. Hope everybody's having a nice weekend so far. Got one more day before y'all have to go back to work. Sorry, I had to remind you of that. That's not good. Anyway, Anyway, take care. See you later. Bye.